Oh, wow.
Okay,
This
Yeah.
is the lady asking about the D3. I wanted to put
great.
that on.
Yeah, Linda, Chris, can you tell her how to contact us? Because I'd really love to talk to her. That's
Linda, I'm going to talk directly to Linda Wallace, who's on our screen now. I don't know which Facebook she's watching on, but if you message me directly, I will put you in touch with one of the two gurus here,
yeah.
and we can talk more about it. In fact, I'd like to speak with you as well
Yeah,
myself.
we could do a private call and talk
Yeah,
to her.
it wouldn't be on a live thing like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It'd be a private Zoom call or maybe even a phone call if you don't want to get on this.
Mhm.
I'm calling this Saturday Morning Live, and I'm also calling it Bono's VO Podcast, which is going to tie in with the Bono's Health. So anyway, my name's Chris, as you can see, and I also have two health gurus with me today, and we're going to talk about. Well, that's what you are, right? Yes, you got to do this. Do that. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about. It's a serious subject. So aside from all of that stuff, welcome. We're talking about type 2 diabetes today, and diabetes in general. Actually, Deborah Darby from The Life of Darby, and Diana Maltz. And Diana, I forgot your tagline. What is
Zest for Life, New York City.
type 2 diabetes? And I guess what we want to talk about today is sort of prevention of it, what to do if you have it, and what you should be consuming nutrition wise, and just basically all health issues related to that. How would we start a conversation on that? If somebody already has type 2 diabetes, how should they be eating? I mean, they have to monitor their sugar, and they have ways to do that. There's a lot of ways, but what should people be consuming? What should they be looking for?
Well, first of all, you need to sit down with somebody and look at what they're already doing in their life, and that's like the key, because
Right.
it's really big time lifestyle. When I was in nursing school in the 1970s, we didn't even know about type 2 diabetes. It was barely spoken of. And it's really well known to be a disease of lifestyle. So the first thing to do is to sit down with somebody and talk to them about what they're doing now in their lifestyle, what they're eating for breakfast, what they're eating for lunch, what they're eating for dinner, how much stress do they have in their life. These are all really pertinent to blood sugar, big time.
Mhm.
What's their weight, those kind of things. They're really big time.
I hear a lot of, and I had a friend, at least one friend, who he had type 2, and basically, and I hate talking about it really because he lost, well, his foot,
Oh
really.
yeah.
And if you don't, and maybe he couldn't help it, maybe it was too far along, but that stuff really happens. So you have to watch what you eat, right?
It's big time. We don't even think about do we eat for nutrition or do we eat for taste? This is always like the big dilemma, and we can do both. It's just sort of it's a learned thing. Like they say, children don't have a sweet tooth until we give them something sweet. So it really is a learned habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some simple things they can eliminate is white flour products, and use 100% stone ground flour. But again, what Diana was saying is, well, and of course, no white sugar. But again, what Diana was saying, it's important for one of us to sit down with them and go over what are they currently doing and how can we tweak their current way of living until they get to the part where they're managing so they don't end up losing a foot like you were saying.
Yeah.
For instance, they might get up and have a piece of stone ground toast, and then we could talk to them and say, well, what if you added a poached egg to that? So you have more balance, you have your protein in there. And then, of course, we have ways Diana and I can talk to them about the supplements that will benefit them. One of the ones that I found that is extremely helpful to my clients type 2 diabetes is our protein. That balance is just amazing. It's like a life force that just brings everything back.
Yeah.
That's just one way of looking at it.
Right.
So I was pretty aware that if you have sugar cravings, it's kind of like a good indication that you may be on the path to type 2 diabetes.
Right.
So when I first started working with supplementation, like 30 years ago, doing the protein and the B complex were like my two godsends. And people would say to me, cut out all sweets. Well, you know what? That's a tough thing to do, But when I added the protein and the B complex, it was a breeze because it was already balancing out my blood sugar. It wasn't so much how bad I was with what I was eating. It was I wasn't using the sugar right.
Yeah. And one of the things that soy protein does, it's a low fat protein source, which is essential for your healthy insulin receptor sites. That's one of the keys. And then the B complex that she mentioned reduces neuropathy. It also reduces the plaque formation in arteries. But in regards to diabetes, it increases your glucose utilization, among other things. But you really want to be able to utilize what you are getting into your body in a healthy way, which will help with this onset that you may have experienced.
And so here's some of the other things that happen with diabetes, just FYI, eyesight. People, because the vessels of the eyes are small, and sugar is a big molecule in your blood vessels. So eyesight gets affected, your feet get affected. It's just a general, so when you start, I tell you this in a way not to scare you, but to notice what's going on in your body. And that diet has a major impact on that.
There are several ways to monitor sugar. One of them is, I believe, a Dexcom unit. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
I'm not an expert on this really at all. My son is a type 1 diabetic. There's also something called a pump, which automatically feeds insulin to the body, right?
Well, it depends on what your blood, it monitors your blood sugar and it gives you the insulin you need at that time. Yeah, I have a really good friend who's on that. It's worked really well for her. But type 2 and type 1 diabetes are two different animals, basically. Although they are related to sugar, but they are different. And they didn't know this years ago when I first started in Czech. I first started as a nurse in 1970s. In type 1, it's really more, it's from an infection. It's more viral. It's not anything to do with lifestyle. So it's not somebody's fault to get type 1 diabetes. I think that's a really good point to say to people.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Type 2, now on the other hand, it's your fault. No, I don't mean to say it like that, but it's more, we have control over it. We have control over how we eat. If we exercise, do we drink enough water? Those kind of things.
I'll tell you the story of my son's type 1 diabetic. He was just not feeling well. He was having to go to the bathroom a lot. And we decided that it was time he was just uncomfortable.
How old was he, Chris?
That was my question.
That had to be 10 years ago, in his early 20s.
Wow.
Early 20s. And all of a sudden, we got him to the hospital, and his blood sugar was a 500 something.
Wow.
It was insane. And he was diagnosed with type 1. His pancreas had decided that it was finished, I guess. And
it quit.
It quit. It was just done. Since then, he's adapted quite well. I mean, he will have his pasta dinners and pizza, and he seems to know exactly what kind of insulin to take with that, and to counteract it. He's gotten very good at that. He's leading a pretty much normal life regarding that now. But type 2 is something that it kind of comes on, doesn't it? Over time.
So type 2 starts. Okay, so let me just go back to your comments about your son. You can eat pasta. It's a matter of how you're balancing your food, your diet. If you add a protein to your pasta and then some fiber, it really, that makes a difference. What you're looking for is how much it raises your blood sugar. That's like the key. That's the key thing in the body. You need that insulin in order to get energy into your cells, and that gives you energy. And so when people are diabetic, they're tired. So one of the things to think about, are you tired more often than you usually are?
Mm-hmm.
So just for our viewers or listeners out there that aren't aware, some of the known causes for type 1 is damaged beta cells in your pancreas caused by a viral infection, like Diana was saying. So the flu, mumps, chickenpox, measles, environmental chemicals, stress, and it could be inherited. So genetic. So I think one of the things that we can do in a later broadcast, since we're going to be doing on Saturdays, is talk about chemicals that we're allowing into our life. There's a lot we can't control, but I'd like to cover that in a future topic. I know next week we're talking about a different topic on allergies, which is so prevalent right now. But I do want to make sure we put that on our planning board because so many things are with the chemicals in our environment. Like I said, you can change some you can't. But you can do the best you can, right? Just like when Diana's talking about, we have more that we can do to prevent or respond to type 2 diabetes.
Right.
So the other thing about exercise, we didn't mention this because exercise is huge with insulin. If you exercise, that's such a great tool, exercise, for monitoring your insulin levels. And the more you exercise, the more you can monitor your insulin levels. That's such a good help. And I don't think people are aware of that. So that's a real key helper with that.
Good point, Deb.
So when I talk to people about, I'm starting a program because I am all about looking younger. I have a birthday coming up in 6 months. I plan ahead, okay?
6 months.
Why don't you just celebrate for the next 6 months? Celebrate all of January. And
I have a reason why. I have a reason why I do that. I like presents all along. So I mean, if you do that ahead of time, people will give you presents all along, and they forget the date, etc.
Well, Chris just had a birthday, Di.
You did? It did. Oh, congratulations! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Anyway, so when I work with people, I have a project called Looking 10 Years Younger Inside Out. And I'd like to think about ways of moving forward with my health rather than saying I'm going to prevent diabetes because I'm noticing I'm having some issues. I'd like to think of giving myself like a projection, like I'm going to look 10 years younger. How cool is that? Mm-hmm. And some of the ways that you can look 10 years younger is have a thinner waistline.
Yeah.
And did you know vitamin D3 helps with a thinner waistline? I just found that out. I'm very excited about that.
D3.
Yeah. Anyway, and that's something you can get your blood work done by your physician, and then they monitor what levels your D3 is. The other thing is, so it's waistline, it's weight, it's your BMI, your blood sugar, and triglycerides. Let me say it again.
Go ahead.
So the waistline, because that's my tagline is where there's a will, there's a waistline. So that's the first one. Second thing,
I like that one. I'm gonna steal that one.
It's really Shakespeare. Anyway, so waistline, weight, BMI, triglycerides, and blood sugar. Those are kind of like the things that you can monitor. So in this project, it's really more of a 90-day project. Mm-hmm. And the idea of it is to make a checklist and we know that small things add up to big results.
Right.
There's a bunch of books out there about that, True Habits, Compound Effect. They're all about that. That's really the key to helping people do long-term change, right? So if you make a list of 10 things, and check off the list, give yourself a grade every day, a little star if you pass. Just little things like that kind of remind you, and also just reward yourself with like, I'm on track. And you watch over a period of time, it really makes a big difference in terms of getting people started.
Wow. That sounds like, go ahead, Deb.
No, that's okay. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say that's fascinating and in a great way. And I didn't know about that D3 thing until you just said it. So that's something I need to be doing too. Doctor says, hey, you got to lose 20 pounds. I think I've done maybe 5.
That's great. That is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Well, I'm on
that's
some.
More than 10%.
What was that again, Deb? Sorry.
I said that's more than 10% of your weight loss.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I started out. I'm 5'6", and I started out around 200 when I was first told that I had to lose. And I've been recently taking some a little bit better nutrition wise, cutting out on a lot of the, shall we say, bad food, and taking some supplements, some protein shakes.
Very good.
Like that every day, and sleeping longer. I actually had this past night a straight 5 hours, which is
Wow, that's good. That's
without
great.
waking up at halfway through and saying and counting ceiling tiles.
You weren't
25
counting.
of them in here.
You weren't counting. You weren't counting sheep. You weren't counting sheep. Is that
No, I was counting ceiling tiles.
Chris, when we first started talking, before you started the Prove It Challenge, how many hours were you clocking a night before
Sleep?
starting?
If I added them all up, all the individual ones,
Not consistent, right?
not consistent. It was not consistent.
So I'm really happy to hear that. That makes my heart sing that we
Yeah.
were able to help you with that.
Yeah, it's done. I'm feeling a little better now.
Awesome.
My life goal is to live to be 100, and if I keep going like this, I'll certainly make that for sure.
And that's the whole thing. It's about having a life that is vibrant, and if you feel good, and your mood is good, and you're positive, this is what this gives you. It's not even just prevention diabetes. It gives you a different life.
We have a question. We have a question
Okay.
on Facebook, and I'm going to show it right here, I think. Yeah. Linda Wallace is asking, are you saying D3 or B3? So it was
D is in dog.
D3.
D3.
That's the
Vitamin D3. And if you want to know how you can get the best quality, reach out to Chris or I, and we're happy to help you.
We'll get you in the right direction for sure.
Yep, we're happy to help.
And I wanted to mention one other thing is like we're at the end of hopefully we're at the end of this bad year of 2020, right? And there's a lot of stress. Stress is a big deal in terms of blood sugar, and it's because of cortisol. And we tend to be a reactive society anyway. We're kind of reactive, and that means you're putting more cortisol in your blood, more sugar, and your body's got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So taking some changes in your life really makes a big difference in terms of prevention, in terms of stress. And sleep is one of the things. I wanted to put that into that whole category of sleep, reducing stress. Those are all really important. We don't maximize that concept, but it's incredibly important for your health and your vitality and your mood. And I always say I was nicer to my kids when I started taking that B complex and the protein. I was nicer to my kids.
Yeah,
because you sleep more and you're not as well.
Not cranky.
Yeah. And can I just add that when you don't sleep, you'll notice you will look for energy in other places. And usually those places you're looking are not building your health. They're actually depleting your B in your body. They're depleting other nutrients. So it kind of backfires on you. Think about all the times you haven't had a good night's rest and you just grab junk, right? Sugar, whatever, to kind of give you a little mini boost. And then by 2:00, you're down again. So
M&M's, peanut candies.
It's just the way your body's responding. It's like, I need some energy. And because you haven't had a good night's sleep, you're making a poor choice. That's all. And
there's actually those hormones. Remember those hormones that actually, when you have less sleep, it's very interesting. Our body like sabotages us.
Call it your elephant.
Your elephant.
Over.
That's right.
I'll put you both on the spot. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to put you both on the spot and ask what you both had for breakfast this morning.
I had a delicious leucine-rich protein shake with banana, strawberries, and Shagley's Life Shake, and I feel great. What did you have, Deb?
I had the same exact thing, but chocolate, nothing else, unsweetened almond milk, and right now I'm having my triple boost tea. Me too.
Triple boost tea. Well, okay, I don't have any of that, but I got water.
Water's very good.
I'll send you one.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I'll send you one.
What is the what's that electrolyte type of drink that I just ordered, Deb? What was that?
That's called Hydrate.
Tell us about it.
Okay. Do you want to talk, Di?
Yes, I had a situation where I was dizzy, and I realized I was not drinking enough, and I was scared. I had vertigo, and I was scared. And one of the things I knew as a nurse, but of course you don't remember all the time, I wasn't drinking enough water. And what I did was I drank the Performance, it was called Performance, and I drank that. That hydrates your body even better than water alone. And I'm going to tell you, in a couple of days, well, that day it was like better in a couple hours, and then a couple of days it was gone. It was really interesting. So that's how important water is. And then if you want to hydrate better, that is a really excellent drink, to electrolyte drink. It's the Shaklee's Performance drink. Olympic athletes use it. That's how good it is.
Yeah, NASA contacted Shaklee many, many years ago. I think back in what, 1985?
1990. I just saw it.
1990, and they asked Shaklee to create a rehydration drink that they could give to the astronauts on re-entry so they wouldn't pass out. Because I don't know if you ever noticed, remember the big missile or capsule would crash in the ocean and then it would be a while? Everybody's like waiting on bated breath for that top to pop up for them to come out. Well, that's why Shaklee asked them to create something. NASA contacted Shaklee. Shaklee created a rehydration drink, and it has worked phenomenally for them. So then they made another formula. So theirs is called, what's theirs called? Astroaid. Right. The one for NASA is Astroaid. The one for your weekend warriors, your people that are mowing their lawns and just exhausted, not getting in enough hydration. Like my husband drinks it all the time when he mows, when he shovels snow, whenever.
Is that what I have on order, Deb?
Yes, it is. Oh, it is. You just want to mix it up. What I do is I throw it in my blender with the water and put it in the refrigerator because they're not going to put chemicals in there to make it easily dissolved because you don't want that. So if you're already a person that is drinking those pre-made drinks, just understand you're not getting what you need. It's all dissipated by the time, if it has any good things in it.
You're talking about Gatorades and G2s and those sorts of things?
Yeah, those are high in salt also.
Yes.
What you don't need. You don't need that. We get enough salt.
Yeah.
And that's because of blood pressure, but that's another topic.
We'll have to do that another time.
That's a good topic, actually.
It would be. That could be the third week out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How many Saturdays can you make it, Diana? Can you make it like every Saturday at 9?
Not every Saturday, no.
Well, some.
Because we have a boat, so we're going to be going on the boat.
Well, that's a good.
Oh, Diana,
you're live from your boat. Hi.
That's true. I could probably do that. That's true.
On the lake or whatever.
Yeah, I've done stuff on the back of the motorcycle.
You can't do it on. It's hard. We can.
Well,
we'll try it. We'll try. Okay.
The audio would be an issue on a motorcycle.
I'm just kidding. We can always do a different day if Saturday doesn't work.
Yes, I know. I plan on going live every Saturday, whether it's a lot of times if I can get the two gurus here, it'll be a health thing. If not, I'll talk about my media and voiceover thing. But
yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay.
This is the lady asking about the D3. I wanted to.
Great.
Yeah, Linda. Chris, can you tell her how to contact us? Because I'd really love to talk to her.
Linda. I'm going to talk directly to Linda Wallace, who's on our screen now. I don't know which Facebook she's watching on, but if you message me directly, I will put you in touch with one of the two gurus here.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about it. In fact, I'd like to speak with you as well myself.
Yeah, we could do a private call and talk.
Yeah, it wouldn't be on a live thing like this. It'd be a private Zoom call or maybe even a phone call if you don't want to get on video. So we can do that.
And the other thing is the email. Just she's not. I don't know how tech savvy she is, but email is just as give her your
email too.
Yeah.
Let's get back to some of the type 2 diabetes talk that we have started with. We're going on a half hour now, which is good.
Oh wow. Okay.
I have a meeting at 10, so I got to bug out a little bit before that if we go.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay. One more point about muscle.
Sure.
So people don't think about how important your muscle is for your blood sugar. And I mentioned that earlier with exercise, right?
Right.
So when people lose weight on different programs, they lose muscle. And I wonder if that's a reason why, and whenever someone loses weight on a program, and even a good program, whenever they lose weight, they lose muscle, which means they're losing more control of their blood sugar.
Right.
So the life shapes that we were talking about, the life shapes that we were talking about earlier have have a really good amount of leucine, the right amount of leucine, and it's absorbable. There's leucine out there, and leucine is an amino acid. That's like that's part that's part of a protein. I can't stop laughing when I'm looking at him.
The dog, yeah.
He's
Barking, I'm trying to keep quiet.
This
He's
is
so
work from home. This is how life is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's really, so those shakes are like really important in terms of preserving your muscle and helps with blood sugar. I just wanted to mention that. So anybody who has issues with that, talk to us about, what you can do that's a great breakfast.
A protein shake, yeah.
Yeah, those protein shakes.
Well, so I have a bunch of different ones here. Actually, myself, I have the.
Oh, what do you got there? Can you show me?
I don't have them here. I should.
Oh, okay.
I didn't prep. I do
Well,
have
they're
this.
tricky.
I have this book. I have that book. So,
Oh,
but what
That's
I
a
have
great-
is I have. You know
that's
what's
a
really
great
good? It is a good book. I have French vanilla.
How about
Yeah,
this one?
That's chocolate, right?
This is a rich chocolate.
Yeah, I have that too. I have French
That was
vanilla,
my
rich
breakfast.
chocolate. I have strawberry and elderberry.
Oh, you're lucky. You're
elderberry.
so lucky.
I got them all.
You're so lucky.
So I mixed them up the other day. I put strawberry and elderberry together.
How was that?
I haven't tried that.
I would do it. Also try French vanilla and the chocolate together.
Oh, that I do. That tastes like mocha.
No
Yeah, it
kidding. I never tried that. No
Very
kidding.
good. Then just do them all together. I don't know what that would taste like every day.
I don't know, but I'd add spinach.
What's that?
I would add some spinach to a couple of
Yeah.
them. I don't taste the spinach.
Did you say you added strawberries and bananas to yours, Deb? Both of you?
I do. Yeah, I do because I put I make it as simple as possible. I have frozen fruit. I always have frozen fruit in the freezer,
Mm.
almond milk, and then the shakes. It makes it really easy in the morning, no matter what time.
Almond milk.
My son puts a lot of he'll get all the fresh fruits and then he'll put them all together after he's cleaned them properly. And then he'll put them in like the sealing things,
Right.
put them all inside and then seal them all together. And that way he's got his individual frozen fruit that he can just throw in his shake.
Very organized. I think he gets that from his mother. You're very organized. That's good.
Wow. Neat.
Yeah, very organized. And the other thing about the Life Shake is I try to, because I'm getting older, this is a theme today. I want to preserve my bone density too. So muscle helps pull on bone, and that's how bone continues to grow.
So these life shakes with the fruits mixed in are really good for starting your day.
Really
Yeah.
healthy.
Diane, did you mention the study?
No, go ahead. You can do it.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so they did a study. One of my favorite trainers, I teach exercise. I've been doing it for 30 years. That's how I got working with fitness. I was a nurse, and then I teach fitness. So Dr. Wayne Westcott is an exercise physiologist, and he's written 1 million papers on fitness. And he used to do the strength training for the YMCA nationally, and he's like a really well-known expert. He is in the Boston area. He did a 9-month study with a particular weight program, and he's used a lot of proteins in that study. People have offered him proteins because he's an expert, right?
Right.
And so somebody who works for him said, "Why don't you try these Shaklee shakes? See how they work with your people?
Right.
The shakes and the vitamins." And he said it was a big difference. He said at the end of 9 months, there's a 5-minute YouTube thing. If someone wants more information on this, we have a really good YouTube 5-minute thing about it. But he said at the end of that 9 months, people they lost more weight, more fat, and they actually increased bone density with the DEXA scan. And that's the only thing I've ever heard that nutrition does that. Nutrition and the weight training together. But that particular protein is the one that he used. And he published a study with it, and we have a copy of the study, and it's pretty impressive. And he worked with Harvard Medical School in terms of the nutrition part of it. So he was like working at like keeping, because he took 2 groups of people, one using the shakes and the vitamins, and then one using just the Harvard Medical School program.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a good program. It just shows you the difference with using the shakes and the vitamins. It was a big difference. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Chris.
So,
Diane, did you want to mention the Facebook group?
Yes. I didn't change the name yet. It's in my other group, Healthy Resolutions. I'm going to promote it on that particular. So it's Healthy Resolutions, Healthy and Happy Resolutions for this year. That's the name of the Facebook group. The project's going to be called Looking 10 Years Younger Project. I'm going to do a video, a Facebook Live on that page.
okay.
I should talk to Chris about this, right, Chris?
Yeah, I should get in.
They have to reach out to Chris or I if they want to be invited to that informational Facebook.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
So it's healthy.
We seem to be gaining viewers as we go, so
Awesome.
Okay, great.
which is good. How can we relate? Now, our topic today originally was type 2 diabetes. That's what I've headlined it at. But yeah, of course, things go and we get into everything else. But as far as Shackley goes and the products, type 2 diabetics pretty much have a gold mine of good nutritional choices with this, right? With Shackley.
Yes.
Oh, totally. I mean, people always ask me, I'm on insulin. Can I take the shakes? Absolutely, yes. People have reduced their insulin, and I'm not saying it as I'm not saying everyone's going to do it. You have to really follow a program, but people have done it. Enough people I can say this. Enough people throughout the country have done this, and it's really interesting because it balances your blood sugar. Mm-hmm. It's the healthiest meal you can ever have. You think about what you eat normally for breakfast, and I love my breakfast. I love eggs and I love toast and I love fruit with that. It's great. I don't feel as good on that bacon. I know I love breakfast.
Turkey bake. What about
turkey bake? That's very good. Yeah. But I notice the difference between when I eat a breakfast that's pretty healthy. I mean, I even put sometimes when I do eat a brunch, I do put lettuce there on it too. Maybe I have a salad on it too. And then we have an omelet. You can put vegetables in the omelet. There's a lot of good things you can do, but I don't feel as good as I do when I do the shake. It's a totally different feeling, and I last longer on the shake, which tells you something.
Well, here's a question then.
Yeah.
I mean, if you obviously you want to do the shakes, then it'd be like a daily thing. Is it better for breakfast, or could you have one for lunch and have a good breakfast?
Anytime of day.
Okay. Could you also have a shake with your nice breakfast?
You can, but if you're counting calories, you want to have to figure all that in.
Oh, true. Right.
We still got to think about. Unfortunately, that rule doesn't change.
Okay. Got it.
And I've used that shake before bed. If you can't sleep, it's got an amino acid in it that helps you sleep.
Does it?
And and I just put that in water. I just put a tablespoon or two in water. And I do it before bed, and you sleep like a baby, especially if I've worked out that day and my muscles have to repair.
Water.
Yeah.
Normally put that in milk, right?
Yes.
Dairy product.
You can. I mean, if you want to put it in milk, you can. Or sometimes I put it in yogurt. Yogurt if I have a yogurt.
There's a.
But it really does help you. So think about this: at nighttime, your body's recovering. Yeah. From your day. It's rebuilding and repairing. Your body does that all day long. That's why nutrition is so important. Your body's rebuilding and repairing every single day. Mm-hmm. So you're getting younger every day. Back to the age thing.
Sounds like a science fiction movie.
I know.
But that's good.
Wow. One of the things I do, Chris, because some people get tired of drinking something for a meal all the time. So what I'll do is I'll mix it up. Those acai bowls or whatever, I make my own. So I'll do a little less liquid with the protein in the blender, and it's real thick. Like I'll put some frozen berries in it, like blueberries, raspberries. You get the mixed medley, organic mixed medley. And then I'll pour it in a bowl, and I'll top it with a little granola, half a sliced banana, strawberries. And I eat it, and it makes me feel like, wow, I'm having something as a treat, but it's not a treat. It's all health, and I love it. I just love it. I'll have to send you a picture of one of my bowls next time.
Yeah, I want to see that. That sounds delicious.
I love it.
The other thing is I take I like almond butter. So I wash the jar out and I put like almond milk, chia seeds,
Yeah, that's another favorite.
protein, and you put that in the refrigerator and it's like a pudding. A little bit of oatmeal, it's like a pudding. It's delicious. It's like
Yeah.
a treat.
And it's creamy. It's real good.
Creamy. Yeah, I like creamy.
And sometimes if I want to just make like steel cut oats or something, I'll make them and then I'll add a few tablespoons of my soy protein and just mix it up. And it's another way to get your protein in.
So all these things are blood sugar balancing. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the whole point is to you want your blood sugar on a more even keel. So you want to have energy all day, right? So if you think about your blood sugar, you want to make sure you have enough in your bloodstream all day long and to go into your cells. If it goes too high, that's the problem. The body goes into shock and says, hey, there's too much sugar in your blood.
Right.
And that's what the insulin does. The insulin opens the door to the cells, and that's insulin. It's a door opener.
Right.
And lets the sugar, rather than staying in the blood vessels.
Right.
And it stays in the blood vessels. It's a big molecule. That's the damage, because it's big molecules, and it goes to and anything that's small molecules like eyesight and feet. That's why there's damages there, because it's a big molecule. So I thought that was an interesting way of looking at it. Like, you want that energy all day long.
Well, and another thing to keep an eye on, if the blood sugar drops too low, every organ in the body, especially the brain, is deprived of glucose. So you don't want that to happen. So another reason you want to be in balance.
So that's why you feel dizzy if you have a low blood sugar.
Yeah.
And my son has said that to me too. When, what's your sugar, Ken? His name is Ken. 52 or something, and it's like,
wow, that's low.
Well, he's small and thin. He's smaller, thinner than me.
Yeah, you might want to have him try the shake.
I may do that.
Yeah, since you've got plenty to share.
Now, I have like 4 canisters. It's gonna last.
You could have him make them and have him do a taste test, see which one he likes the best.
Yeah, that's
a little sample of each. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing him tomorrow. I'll bring him some samples.
Where does he live, Chris?
Fort Edward.
Where's Fort Edward?
Fort Edward, New York.
Oh,
it's not far from where Chris lives, right?
I'm in Glens Falls.
Yeah, I know Glens Falls.
Diana, I forget where you are.
I'm in New York City, but I lived in Guilderland for 10 years.
Okay.
That's how I met Deb.
All right, so it's I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes that way. But that's
that helps me a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, it does. West? I don't know. Anyway, that's where he lives. So so I'll see him tomorrow. I'm gonna go visit him for a little bit. So bring him some samples. Well, this has been a great discussion today.
It's been fun.
We've had some viewers and some questions and some statements and all of that. So if you'd like to know any more about any of what we've talked about today, including Shaklee and the great supplements and products that they have, and just health in general, it isn't a sell job. But what it is the idea is to get you and keep you feeling healthy and feeling better.
Yeah.
So, and I've decided, and it's working for me. I've been getting better sleep, feeling a little better every day. Linda Wallace is still here, and she's asking another question. I missed the name of your product. Is it in stores? Were you talking about the electrolyte thing, the drink?
Or the protein?
The protein shake?
The only way they can get any of the products is by contacting you, Chris.
Yeah, that's it. Linda, contact me. I've put that email in there, and I'll tell you exactly how we can get you some. Exactly, because this stuff is good for you.
It is not available in stores because the reason why is if you put it on a shelf, it's just going to be on a shelf with 1,000 other products. Our products are different. They're tested. They're the company's been around for 65 years, so there's integrity there. There's 350 tests on each ingredient. You just can't get that in a store. And the other thing is, you can't get the support and education that you get when you contact somebody like Chris, Diana, and I. We're going to be there to support you and tweak your plan or whatever it is. So that's the reason why it's not available in stores. Do you have anything to add to that, Diana?
Also, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of science behind it. I'm a nurse. I went to college. I have a degree in nursing, and I really initially I had to tell my then husband, who was a doctor, about what the research was behind the products, and he was really impressed. When we were getting divorced, he was still taking the vitamins. Just FYI.
Yeah, there.
That's how good they were. That's how good they are.
Right in your cabinets. I'm like, you need to start charging.
Absolutely.
Linda is giving me her email.
Okay, good.
So I will, if she doesn't follow up, I certainly will.
Yeah, we'll do like a 3-way call or something with her, Chris.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm
We're happy to help her. That concerned me when she said she has a family.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people in her family deal with it.
Yeah. And just when we have to kind of wrap it up, we're getting more viewers. I mean, this could go on for a while. I'll make sure next time not to schedule a 10 o'clock appointment. Maybe we can.
Or maybe a little bit later, maybe 9:30 or something. What do you think? Is that too late?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Well, let's tell them what the talk next. You're going to be available next Saturday, right, Di?
Yes.
Next. Yes, I'm here. Every
Okay.
Saturday morning. I'm here regardless. 9
Okay.
o'clock Saturday morning, whether it's health or whatever.
Okay.
Saturday is the topic is going to be allergies.
Okay. Oh, I know about those.
Which is good for springtime, right? Because
Absolutely.
I can tell you, I never had allergies until this time I'm here in Florida, and I was thinking, what the heck?
Different
Why do I
vegetation.
have allergies? You know, so we'll talk about it next week.
we will. Thank you. Here, let me turn off Linda here. There we go. Thank you, Diana. Thank you,
Thank you,
Deborah.
Chris.
It's
Thank you, Doc.
Pleasure.
been a pleasure. Both of you do this. Live long and prosper.
No, I have trouble, Chris.
Okay. How's that?
Try your right hand, Deb.
My right hand is worse.
Is that from your shoulder?
No,
Okay.
I got it.
She got it.
She got it. She's good.
I'm done.
She's like so good.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Okay. Bye. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Have a healthy day.
You too.